What's up, y'all, and welcome to another segment of Candid Talk with Chanel. That's right, Candid Talk with your girl. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope you had an amazing Christmas with your loved ones, your family. I know I for sure did. And in this segment of Candid Talk with Chanel, I want to dive into the topic of advice, right? Have you ever been guilty of this or know someone who is guilty of this, which is not taking their own advice, right? So they'll give the best of advice to everyone around them, solicited and unsolicited, but for whatever reasons, they don't even take their own advice. And I know I've encountered this quite a few times in my life, in my adulthood life, in college life, where, when it comes to the arts or when it comes to just who you should date or when it comes to how you should handle difficult situations, people are giving you advice or there's someone in particular giving you advice, but then when they're confronted with similar situations, they don't never take their own advice. So my thing is, if you don't take your own advice, why should I take your own advice? Because you best believe the advice that I give, just know I'm able to give it because I've taken my own advice. I've experienced what the outcome could be, which is why I try to help others when asked for my advice, and I'm often, asked for my advice and more for many topics, more reasons than one. I do believe I'm easy to talk to and I'm not judgmental. And so there are those who like to come to me and kind of pick my brain about certain real life they may be going through, and so I do a lot of listening and I try to ensure that I would not give any advice that I wouldn't be willing to take, right? Because this theory needed to be tested out on somebody, right? And I feel that if I'm the person who tested out my own theory and figured out my way through a difficult situation, then if I'm asked for my advice, I have no qualms in giving it because I know that I came out on the other side, meaning I had a positive outcome to whatever troubled situation I was in or perplexing thing I had to deal with, matter I had to deal with. I know, but when I did this, then this was the outcome which actually worked in my best interest. So maybe you can try this, But yeah, I'm always like kind of thrown off especially when it comes to certain things like careers and all like heavy topics, dating world, it's like you want to give me all the advice in the world that I didn't even ask for, but you don't even take your own advice, so why should I, right? Or have you experienced where someone wants to give so much advice about a topic they don't know nothing about, right? And I think I did a candid talk right before this one, saying I'm not a parent, so there's certain things that I wouldn't solicit. I wouldn't just be trying to hand out advice out here because I don't really know what it is to be a mom. I don't know what it is to be a mother. So yes, I know textbook information, common sense stuff. My 12 years in the social work world has helped me understand about families and dynamics and how things affect kids and their development and their emotions and all that. But I still haven't practically walked in the shoes of being a mom, being a mother. And so I will always tread lightly with topics that I don't really know much of, as far as I haven't experienced enough of it. And I continue to witness people out here, and I know they mean well, giving advice about situations they don't know anything about, right? And so let's just be cognizant of that. One, if we're going to give advice, asked, and even if we're just going to push our advice on to others, which I don't suggest in most cases, my thing is, don't give advice that you're not even willing to take, right? Like, you got to start, there has to be a sense of, I did this, I went through this, and this helped me, this may help you situation. It can't be where you ain't never go through the situation, but you want to give all the advice in the world, right? So yes, let's try to take our own advice, or don't give advice that we wouldn't take ourselves, and let's try to not give advice on matters that we know nothing about. But let me know what you think. Have you experienced this? Have you been guilty of this? How have you handled this? If you want to know how I handle it, I kind of, in my own mind, laugh it off in some ways. And then there are times where, I'm like, no, well, this is my perspective on the situation, right? I don't like to be a know-it-all, and know-it-alls kind of annoy me at times. And so my approach, hopefully, even throughout this website, and for those who really are in my life and know me, my approach, I try to come from a very calm, reserved, knowledgeable, wise, yet welcoming, warm approach. And if there's something that I really don't know, I'll say I don't know. And if I feel like there's someone else who can give you better advice, I will try to connect you to that person who can give you better advice on a situation. And I'm for sure not giving you advice that I wouldn't take. I'm going to give you the advice that I would take myself, right? So just let me know how you deal with that. For me, I just laugh it off in my mind, or if I feel pressed to really say, no, I think this, then I'll say that, you know? But it's kind of funny to me when it's like, this person's like on their soapbox right now trying to give all the advice in the world that they don't even take for themselves, right? So you trying to help me with my career, but you're struggling to help yourself with your own career, or you're telling me all the things that I should do in these situations, but I'm kind of a little further ahead than you are with these situations, so how are you helping me? Like, let's just, please, folks, try to like think before we speak at times. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, comment under this vlog and let me know how you handle these situations. Continue to rock with your girl by going to ComplexSimplicity.com. Thank you so much for the love. The numbers and views have been sky high on the website. I'm so thankful that even during holidays, y'all are still checking for me. Like, word? All right, let's do this. Have a happy new year. Be safe. I pray that it's prosperous and everything and more for you. And until next time.